Hello, wonderful nethood. Where is everybody? Hi, all. Let's see. Setting up as I always do. Because during this wonderful Mercury retrograde, I have had every piece of technology go wackadoo haywire. And in fact, I'm even frozen when I'm looking at myself on Facebook. That's crazy. Um, Goodness, Richard, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. During this, I'm just going to call this the eclipse weekend because everybody's all woohoo about the eclipse, which is awesome. How are you doing? How's everybody doing out there? Let's see. I'm seeing people come on slowly but surely. And we'll just wait for some people to come on as we grow. Hello, Janet. Janet is in the house. I know I have missed you all so much. I know it's been a few weeks, but I just could not even be in the headspace. It was like rapid fire with everybody coming at me. Well, welcome, Alyssa. Nice to see you. Wow, Dave Clark's post. I didn't even see Dave Clark's post. So thank you, Dave Clark. Oh my God, I love Dave Clark. Well, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna tap into the eclipse energies because we're already feeling them, and so many times we just don't even know what we're feeling. So we're just going to get the hellos in here and just gather the troops for just a few minutes. And good to hear that you're doing well, Richard. Just nice to see everybody again. I have missed you, and that's quite something. I tried to get it together, but I suppose. Well, I bumped on a little early just to make sure that everything was set up. So um, now I feel like I should go find Dave Clark's post and say thank you, because that's amazing. Because he does this work too. He's a colleague and a friend, and we do this work sometimes together. But whatever he said, thank you and welcome. So I guess I could jump in because honestly, there is so much that I realized I actually have content from other workshops and things that I have actually done in the past that go way, way back. And there was just so much. And so I really had to focus in on the energy that we're experiencing here. And greetings, Maria. Good to see you. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, everyone. TGIF, welcome to Insight for the Curious and Enlightened. Today, we are talking about solar fire, inner light, tap into the solar eclipse. For those of you who don't know me or are listening for the first time, thank you all for being here. I am your host, Debbie Tatel from Spirit Light Insight. I am a clairvoyant, an energy healer, and spiritual teacher focused on sharing insight, guidance, and inspiration for the human spirit. I'm here to help guide you to the light or back to the light or to your inner light. All of those things. So this week's Insight for the Curious and Enlightened is all about the energy of the eclipse, as I was saying. I'm going to talk a little bit about how it works in relation to the Mercury retrograde influence that is happening right now. And there's also a lot of energy coming at us and affecting all of us in present time. So I'm going to kind of get to a little bit, but what have you been feeling? What have you been noticing as we lead in? And I will do the weekly wrap up as well. But since there's a delay, I have to jump back and say, yeah, let me know. Put a comment in there on what you're noticing about this eclipse energy. Feels a little bit buzzy to me. Our ending meditation, though, is going to be all about the solar eclipse, and is going to focus on our solar fire and inner light. And we're going to cleanse the emotional body. We're going to do kind of a ritual to cleanse that as we watch the eclipse from here and now in this space, so that we can all take a transformational step as we eclipse out of the old energies and make room for the new. And I am sure you are all seeing it out in the news, out in your personal lives. And how's everybody's growth period? Richard already piped in. He said, doing well. He's doing well. I can put up some of your comments. And sorry for the clicking if you're watching later, but I don't have a silent mouth. But how's your growth period? I know mine has been absolutely insane. It's like rapid fire energy coming at me this way and that way. And it's been a little bit hard to ground. But that is a little bit because the earth is in a huge growth period. And there's lots of things happening with the earth. And I'm sure that you heard about or even might have felt the earthquakes that are, if you're very sensitive, you can feel those earthquakes. I can feel the earthquakes. I can't ground. I literally can't ground, and I know something's going on. And so what I do is I shift it a little bit. I shift my grounding so that it goes kind of beyond the earthquake zone. And I ground into a different space. My grounding is always, I can always tell when there's a kind of an event that's coming up. So, oh my goodness, let's get to some comments here. Maria's got lots of events. Happy birthday, Maria. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to ask how old you are, but happy birthday. And thanks for spending time with us the day before your birthday. How wonderful. There's some of the happy birthdays coming in and thank yous. I like to have some interaction here. It's kind of nice, you know. Also, if you are on Facebook, please say hello. If you are on my personal page, I may not see your comments, so pop over to my Spirit Light Insight page with Debra Tatel, Spirit Light Insight with Debra Tatel, and you can see it, or you can pop on over to YouTube. And this is the best kind of commenting and viewing because I can see all the comments. I can't always see the comments on Facebook because apparently it doesn't play well with this platform. Oh, thank you. Maria says this is her favorite place. So this is really lovely. Yeah. Richard's saying he had some sleep problems lately and some bizarre glitches while meditating. Ooh, I want to hear about the glitches. What were the glitches? I always enjoy glitches because usually glitches are little blips to distract us from something else. Yeah. Janet living in Southern California. Oh, many earthquakes. Yeah, some pretty intense. And yeah, when I go to California to be with kind of my group and everything, it is amazing because it is such a different energy than here in Chicago. Here in Chicago, I just have to go through the subway and the underground and all of that stuff. So there's all kinds of things that happen. But what was interesting about the earthquake the other night is we had our reading practice night on Tuesday with my clairvoyant students. And as a teacher, and I had, someone kind of helping me with the energy, we both felt this sort of wave come through the space. And it was like, whoa, and it was dizzying. And I had no idea what it was. And after the practice night was over and we were doing our kind of check in, afterwards with the person helping me with the energy, it actually, I saw the news report about the earthquake, and it happened at exactly the time that I just lost everything and was like super dizzy for just a minute. It doesn't last for very long, but it's just a minute. So these earthquakes do affect our grounding. and sometimes even make us feel unsafe. So if you had kind of a wave of feeling unsafe, or you had trouble sleeping and things like that, just keep in mind that you can always reground and go beneath the earthquake zone. Yeah. So I had all that going on. I had a little bit of surgery on a toe. I had everything's all fine. But just so much going on. And the other thing I've been looking at, and we're going to absolutely revisit this next week, but this week I have been looking at the huge disconnect between body and spirit. And it comes from an either or space. Either we are being a body or we are being spirit. And there's a lot of energy that can actually get in the sort of the middle of those spaces and stop us from kind of living our life integrated as the human beings that we are, right? Because we are all human beings. And here's the thing, that in spirit, there's no divide. There's no this or that. There just is. There's oneness in spirit. And as spirit in a body, we're going to take a wonderful deep dive into that very subject in next week's live. And it's going to be a fun one. I actually was going to do it this week. And then I thought, how can I miss this opportunity to talk about the eclipse, right? And all the energies that are coming at us. And oh yeah, this is great. And I'm going to actually read, this is a great comment from Richard. While meditating, he was getting flashes of images from dreams, but could only see the outlines and not the details. And forgot details of his life and couldn't remember your cat's name. Yep, that's an energy for sure. Yeah. And so anytime that happens, there might have been some other energy in your space, Richard. And by the way, all of you, feel free. If you ever can't remember your cat's name, you reach out to me and we'll have a look at that energy, because that's something that it really is an energy in your space, and it can be cleared and it can be released. Yeah. So we are smack in the middle of a very cantankerous Mercury retrograde. I don't know what you are noticing, but I have lost my internet connection multiple times. Every banking, every hack, every kind of thing, I can feel that this Mercury retrograde continues until April 25th. So fasten your seatbelts. Because the slowdown does continue for another week or two as Mercury gets up to speed. So that's part of our wrap up. Unless anybody has any, kind of thing to add, I want to move on to the solar eclipse, because we have got a ton to talk about there and share, because we all know, and I don't know if you noticed, that the air is just like buzzing with the energy for the upcoming solar eclipse. And we are too here, right? All of us are slightly buzzing. And for those of you who have never experienced a total solar eclipse, and I think there was one in 2017, but we couldn't really see it here. I remember one many, many, many years ago, and it was the strangest thing I ever experienced in my life. I was standing out on the street. You could see it in downtown Chicago. I don't even remember what year it was. It was so absolutely bizarre. But a total solar eclipse is when the moon completely covers the sun and everything becomes dark. It's like it blips out. And it is weird, because the sun will, well, depending on the weather, the sun might be out and then it's just going to go away, and you're going to see the stars, and you're going to see it's just as if there was a sunset and it's the middle of night in the middle of day. So this is definitely something. Also, isn't that kind of how our life is sometimes, right? We are all bright and shiny and shining bright, and then something happens and takes away our light for just a moment. And just to be able to witness that and know and remind ourselves that then this too shall pass, literally, is such a great thing. Yeah. There's never a time that we are always in darkness. And my mantra for the week, I came across an old quote that I absolutely love. And it's from, oddly, from Game of Thrones. And it was, a lot can happen between now and never. So keep that in mind. I've been sharing that with people. And so I don't remember which character said it. I just remember it was from Game of Thrones. A lot can happen between now and never. So anytime you say never, just remember a lot can happen. Janet, you're getting, California is getting 57%. Yeah, we are getting, I think in Chicago proper, where I am, it's something like 90 some percent. But then all close to, there's a band, if you Google it, really interesting where it all is. So fun fact, this solar eclipse, the totality, so where you see the sun totally block out, or the moon so totally block out the sun, crosses through 15 states. So it's quite something to be able to experience it. And I know so many people who are traveling right now. So I can't tell you, I so appreciate all of you who are absolutely here, because there really is a frenzy and excitement. And even the news here covered how bad the traffic is going to be in and out of town, because we can see it out of like from downstate Illinois or Indiana. And so they're giving kind of routes and plans and things like that. So, and thank you, Richard, for the reminder that without darkness, we could never appreciate the light. Yeah, it's really true. And, the darkness just is a space, and we can come out of it. We can step out of it. So, a solar eclipse is a super powerful celestial planetary event that offers a unique opportunity for us to tap into the energy of that space, because, right, we are governed, our bodies, are affected by the tides and by the electrical energies in the air and all of those things. So this offers us a unique opportunity to tap into the energy to clear out our emotional body, right? Because the moon's all about our emotions and our creativity, and that sort of, some of it's the shadow side of us, and some of it's the not even the shadow side, but the calmer, more peaceful side it can be, right? Where the sun is passion and charge and all of that. But we can clear out the emotional body and ignite or expand our inner light. So more kind of tipsy facts, right? I love little facts about things, interspersed with the energy as we come together. Solar eclipses are always new moons, and the eclipse adds like kind of a supercharge the new moon energy, right? So we've got a supercharged new moon, so for intention setting, right? And we've got Mercury retrograde telling us to wrap up loose ends, which ties in with the eclipse. And I'm going to repeat that a couple of times for people who are jumping in and out here today. But what I will offer on this side is to listen closely to your soul for new inspirations, new creativity that is getting ready to manifest in the coming year. And I'm not judging it as a good or a bad thing, but there's going to be a lot of inspirations and a lot of step ups. So for this eclipse, consider the earth, moon, and sun like a cosmic trinity doing a cosmic dance of sorts. The sun represents the soul, illuminated and radiant and passionate and creative in that space. It is light, it is bright. And the moon represents the mind and the emotional body and our creativity as well, our quiet creativity. And the earth is all about our human existence, our human physicality, because the earth is kind of a representation that we are spirit in a body made solid. And we're not even actually solid. We are a bunch of atoms and molecules and things that are magnetized that come together to form this body. So the solar eclipse brings us light just as it helps us to quickly release or eclipse out energies that no longer serve. Eclipses are, and any kind of eclipse, whether it's solar, lunar, any kind, eclipses out. So if you have things that you've been working on, it can be like a snap of your fingers. It's just eclipsed out. And since this is a very powerful time, be very aware of your thoughts, because this is how powerful a time it is. And just that thought process can eclipse out something. Yeah. So that said, with the influence of that new moon, right? Because all solar eclipses are around the new moon, we set our intentions and ground our intentions for the future. And as we get into more of this, we're going to talk about the moon being associated with our mind and emotional body, which is holding on to buried thoughts, our shadow side, our emotions, sensations, traumas, and images from our past. So you may have noticed some interesting things leading into this, because when these things are triggered, when the moon is triggered, when that inner moon is triggered, it can bring forward irrational and emotional responses. And these are usually out of fear. We lash out of fear. The energy of the solar eclipse is going to force us to face and release long buried emotions. And these are the strong emotions: guilt, anger, hatred, jealousy, grief, and sadness. So you may have started noticing in the past week that those were coming up. And with that Mercury retrograde, which asks us to revise, reflect, tie up loose ends, it's actually coming out even more so. It's coming out of us, just flowing out of us. The good news is, well, there's lots of good news. Eclipses bring a finality. You can finally, whatever it is, be done with it. There's a completion to a karmic pattern that has been kind of running through our lives for maybe lifetimes. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of enjoying this Mercury retrograde cycle as it sort of reminds us, and then that powerful release and powerful shift in our energy can sort of happen. So just out of curiosity, are any of you noticing any of this in your space, or kind of what's going on with you? Because this is a time of major awakening. You might be releasing energies, like Richard was saying. He might not have only seen outlines and not the details, and couldn't remember things. And it might have been that he was releasing things for more clarity. Yeah. Because this really, truly is an awakening. So welcome in the new energies. Welcome opening up to even more light coming in. Welcome up welcome up, welcome up, welcome in, welcome up, welcome in. Oh my gosh, to a new world that resides within you. And it's not that it's something that's new. You have everything you need inside of you right here and now. And when we awaken to it, that's the miracle. And we might even be able to call this awakening and the steps that we're moving into part of the kingdom of heaven, heaven on earth, as we bridge that space, body and spirit, physical and spiritual, right? Everything is coming together. And while it might feel a little bit like a collide, it's not really so much of a collide. So, wow, lots going on, right? Curious how it's going for you as we get into this, and kind of what you're looking for in your own personal step up, your own personal spiritual growth, your own expansion. Because all over the world, there is a great deal of fear being released and a great deal of controls releasing their grip. Mostly because they're going kicking and screaming out of awareness and things like that we are working with. Yeah. So it is affecting each and every one of you, because each and every one of you who is listening to this or is passing by here at any given point during this talk is absolutely experiencing these energies. So wow, wow, wow. So everybody give yourselves a breath. And we're kind of at I can't even believe I've been talking straight through for half an hour. I'm going to take a sip of water. Do I still have a voice? I think so. I'm just so excited to be here after a couple of weeks off, and we might move some of this to a Thursday night. I have to check with my friend Lewis, because he's been doing stuff on Thursday nights. But and my mom is here. Say hi, Mom. She's late. She blew me a kiss, but my mom is here. You're just in time for the meditation, Miss Mama. But it's because I might be away a couple of times, but we will do this. I promise you. So if you are here, welcome. My name is Debbie Tatel, and I'm with Spirit Light Insight. And we are just going over some things about the solar eclipse. And I hope that each of you have, if you're in the path, that you have your glasses, or don't look at the sun directly. That's my public service announcement before we start our meditation, because I'm trying to keep these down to an hour, so we can get through some of these. But I promise you, this is going to be a very special meditation, as you'll get a viewing of the solar eclipse before the solar eclipse, which just is in a couple days. It's gearing up, and I hope you all get to see it in person. But if not, go to probably the NASA site. Will have something. One of my favorites is, there's a guy called the Night Sky Guy. He'll probably have, I'm sure he'll have something live on his website, and we'll get a chance to see some time lapse. But welcome. You are visiting Spirit Light Insight. And say I'll just say hello, Debbie Tatel. And here's my website, spiritlightinsight.com. Just if you're interested, you can point your little phone at that QR code and head on over there and check out what is going on. But until then, welcome to our solar fire inner light. Tap into the solar eclipse meditation. Give yourself a breath and be seated with your feet flat on the floor, with your back upright, or you can put a pillow behind your back. Give yourselves a breath and close your eyes or soften your gaze. Turn your attention inward and just breathe. Say hello to that body. Breathe in, breathe out, and be right here and now. If you find your mind wandering during our meditation at any point, simply bring your attention back to your breath, back to your body, and the sensation of the eclipse that you will be watching in your mind's eye later. Feel free to adjust the meditation to fit your own beliefs and preferences. You can add whatever we're doing here to your own meditation practice, but these are some pretty good tools. And just recognize there's no right or wrong way to do this meditation or any meditation. Just trust your intuition and allow yourself to experience the eclipse meditation in your own unique way. Say hello to your body and see how you're feeling right now without the need to fix it or change it. Just be as you are in present time. Inhale deeply through your nose and feel that air filling your lungs with beautiful oxygen that keeps your body oxygenated and alive. And just repeat this a few times as you relax. Just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, allow the new energies to kind of transform within, and then breathe out and release that transformation into the world. As you breathe, feel your breath moving throughout your body, bringing oxygen to every one of your cells. And with each exhale, release any stress or tension or worries or anxiety. Breathe into those feelings. And the more you get in present time, be right here and now, the more those will naturally just fall away. Give yourselves a breath and imagine that you are sitting on top of or connected to a beautiful, majestic tree. Notice the tree has roots that go from your root chakra at the base of your spine and goes all the way into the center of the earth beyond the earthquake zone, and let the roots of that tree anchor you to the earth, to Mother Earth. Notice the support as you connect with the Gaia, as she wraps her arms around you, and begin the process of letting go. Give yourselves a breath, and as you release, you can see the energy begin to release like a waterfall going down your grounding cord and getting neutralized or recycled at the Earth's center. We're not creating any garbage for the earth when we let go. In fact, what we're doing is we're releasing energy that isn't ours and sending it back to wherever it came from. That's why I call it being recycled. Now move your energy and attention behind your eyes in the center of your head and begin to center in your awareness. Imagine that in your mind's eye, in the center of your head, that you're in a beautiful space that's peaceful and serene and quiet. a place where you enjoy being there, a spiritual sanctuary where you just have space just to be who you are, as you are, and not to answer to anyone else in that space in your mind's eye. Let your thoughts just drift by like a ticker tape or clouds without getting caught up in them. Let them be there. You don't need to push them away. Let them drift right on by. Now, because we're doing a new moon meditation, give yourself a breath and just decide what you'd like to get out of this meditation. Set an intention. Maybe you want to connect with the energy of the universe, the energy of the cosmos. Maybe you want to release old energies, trauma, pain. Maybe you'd like to set an intention to eclipse out, like a snap of your fingers, eclipse out an energy or a situation that you've been having a challenge with or that you've been resisting. Or maybe your intention is to have more clarity and purpose and more energy and creativity. And then just decide not only that you're going to set that intention for this meditation, but that you can have that. Just decide right here and now you can have everything that you wish for, everything that you set the intention for. And now give yourselves a breath and just rest your attention behind those eyes. And imagine a beautiful gold sun above you, a radiant ball of light. And begin to call back any of your energy that you've been giving away or it was taken away. And just call that into that gold sun. As that gold sun shines down on you, feel its warmth on your skin and sense the energy filling your body with vitality and strength and your own life force energy. And you can even look up as you do this to just feel that on your face, feel that on your body. And then go ahead and imagine that you're bringing that gold sun right in through the top of your head from your crown chakra and let it flow through you from top to bottom. And then let it begin to expand and neutralize any charged energy or triggers that are in your space right now, right in the present. Just let it neutralize and let whatever energy you're letting go of gently fall away and go down your grounding cord. And then bring your attention once again behind your eyes in the center of your head and say hello to that grounding, that connection between the base of your spine and the center of the earth that's anchoring you in that space, giving you more space to be. And in fact, go ahead and pull in your aura, even if you're not sure what that is. Just pull in your energy field, your energy bubble, till it's about 6 feet around you. And settle into that lovely space as we tap into the energy of the eclipse, consciously and with purpose. As I mentioned earlier, we've been feeling the energy prompts from the eclipse, so let's welcome the energetic help. Give yourselves a breath and imagine that there's a kind of a movie screen out in front of you, and that on that movie screen you're seeing a beautiful giant sun, just as you would if it was very close to you. It's very large. And you don't need glasses to look at this eclipse. You can just look at that sun on the screen. It doesn't burn your eyes. It doesn't do any of that. But just see that giant sun out in front of you as if you're watching a movie, and notice the energy that you are feeling. The body reacts with mental image pictures. So when you give it a picture, it's going to come with some sort of feeling. So notice the energy of what you're feeling as you simply just look at that beautiful gold sun that lights up our days, that warms us, that makes flowers grow and trees and all of nature. In spirit, there's no time or space, so we can actually see that gold sun and participate and watch the eclipse right now. And you're going to see it as if you're watching like one of those time-lapse videos, right? Where it just kind of moves through it. It doesn't need to take any amount of time. So as the eclipse begins, notice the moon next to the sun. And from wherever you are, you're going to see it either to the, I believe, to the left or the right. But as the eclipse begins, just say hello to that moon, that beautiful moon. And isn't it amazing how big the sun is, and then how small the moon is, and yet that small moon can blip out or blank out the sun for just a moment. Let that soak in as you breathe and release, and begin to watch that moon slowly moving between you and that sun. You'll notice that the light may dim or take on a different quality. Just see what you see, notice what you notice. And give yourself a breath as you're watching this scene, and begin to notice any emotions or sensations that might come up for you. Maybe you have a remembering from another lifetime. Maybe you start to remember an eclipse that you saw at another time. Maybe there's some emotions as you're grounded and supported by the earth. Just observe whatever you see without any kind of judgment. And just notice all the old energies that Mercury retrograde is telling us, prompting us to wrap up. Turn your attention inward and begin to reflect and ask yourself, what areas of your life need illumination? Maybe there's places that have been in shadows and you want to brighten them up. What shadows are you ready to release? Guilt or shame or any kind of emotion that you're feeling. And give yourself a breath as you are watching this beautiful eclipse. And it's moving very slowly right now to get you through this meditation. Give yourself a breath as you begin to release any burdens that you've been carrying, anything you've been carrying for other people, any old relationships, or maybe you became responsible for carrying something that's not even yours. Many times, healers become responsible for other people's emotions and reactions and situations that have nothing to do with them. Maybe that's you. So go ahead and just breathe and release down your grounding cord, anything that's not yours. And just let all of it leave your space with that fading light as the moon moves to about the midsection of that big giant sun, blocking out half of the light. Now give yourself a breath and begin to eclipse out and release old patterns and beliefs, old emotions or triggers or trauma. Anything you've been holding on to that might be charged, like an electrical charge. Give yourself a breath and just breathe and watch it just all fall away down that grounding. Whatever you want to let go of, you can let go of and be done with it during this eclipse, especially those repeating patterns. I get asked that a lot about repeating patterns. Go ahead and let any of those go. Notice as the moon moves to about 3/4 dark and see how your body's reacting to that space as the moon moves ever so slowly till it blocks out the sun. What happens in that moment of darkness as the moon totally blocks out the sun? But you might even be able to see a corona or the sun kind of shimmering around, just a little bit around that moon. You might begin to see the stars and the constellations. Find not fear in the darkness, but peace in the darkness, an opportunity to let go, a place to have quiet and to have your space as you are. And even a bit of joy. There's nothing like looking at a night sky with the stars twinkling, especially if you're out in nature where it's quiet and peaceful. Give yourself a moment to experience this sight of the moon, the small, much smaller moon, blocking out the big sun for just a moment. It gives hope and a sense of power. You are never powerless. If a moon can block out something as big as the sun, imagine what you can do when you have your power and your space within you. Give yourself a breath and watch the moon continue as the light begins to return. Slowly, it's about 25% back. Notice that the sky becomes a different color. It might have been a sepia or a totally dark, and now it begins to light up, maybe like the dawn. The peaceful pinks and beautiful blues that you see kind of pre-dawn before the sun burns it off. Experience the shift in emotions as you release and clear out that emotional body to be at peace. Give yourselves a breath and bring your attention back to the center of your head. And once again, Look around in that sanctuary space in the center of your head, your spiritual sanctuary. And then be aware of your grounding, your connection with the earth. As the sun begins to reappear, get that sense and feel that light just washing over you, bringing back hope and the returning sunlight as it fills you with fresh energy and purpose. That moon, as it moves through, has eclipsed out like a miracle any energies, and you are now done with them. Say hello to your body, and then say hello to that fourth chakra, that energy center that's most closely represented with your heart. That's your heart center. And imagine that that is your source of inner light, your passion, your flame, your solar fire. Maybe you need to grow it. Maybe you need to ignite it or reignite it if it's gone out. But just say hello to that fire and light within and feel its warmth and its strength. And effortlessly begin to let that heart light grow and expand. Let it radiate outward from the inner depths of your soul and begin to expand into that aura, your energy field, until you are in a bubble of your own energy. Give yourselves a breath and gently bring your awareness more to your body, more to the room that you're in. And just let go of that movie screen with the eclipse and the sun and the moon. Just let go of that. Give yourself a few more deep breaths and begin integrating those feelings of peace and strength and courage and connection. Anytime we do this big of a release, we need to integrate and give ourselves space to do that. So take a moment to do that right now. As you say hello once again to your physical body, imagine saying hello to your feet on the ground and your bottom end in the chair. And be right in the center of your head and be in charge. Notice the shift in your thoughts and the shift in your awareness. Notice that you are grounded to the earth and connected with the cosmos, with those energies flowing through you. Now I'd like you to visualize or see another golden sun above your head. Big, giant gold sun. And call your energy and attention and life force into that gold sun. And watch that gold sun just grow and expand. And it's right above you, as if you could just reach up and grab it, and you actually can. Fill that gold sun with qualities you'd like to have moving forward. Maybe you'd like some joy. Maybe you'd like some abundance. Maybe you'd like some happiness and peace. Maybe you would just like an ice cream sundae. You can put all of that into a gold sun. And then I'd like you to take that gold sun and just bring it right in through your crown chakra at the top of your head and just begin to bask in the sun, filling up with your own energy, filling up with the joy and the things that you have put in there that you want right here and now. And let them expand. and just let that gold sun expand in your space as you bring your awareness back to your physical body and gently wiggle your fingers and toes, pat your body, and then give yourself one more breath and do a big stretch. And you might want to bend over and dump out, shake out your neck and shoulders. And you open your eyes and look around your room and say hello to your surroundings. And that is a meditation. Thank you all for participating. Definitely, if you enjoyed that, do please share, like, and subscribe to this channel because we're doing this every single week. So I would love to have you here again and again and again. So thank you all for participating in that meditation. Wow. Wow. This has been great. What was your experience? Oh gosh, welcome, Tom. Good to see you. Watching TV and wasn't able to comment. Oh, thank you for, oh gosh, that even scares me you're watching on TV, but thank you for watching on TV. Lots of visitors here in Buffalo for the total eclipse on Monday. Yeah, oh yeah, right. It's going through Buffalo as well. Listen, and we're gonna, kind of just chit chat for a little while. Kind of went through that pretty quickly, but yeah, we're all doing this, and it's interesting. I'm not getting any comments. I hope that I'm going to need to go to Facebook because I don't know if there were any comments on there. I'm gonna assume that there were, and they just didn't come through. So if you're on Facebook and you did comment, I will come back to you later. But thank you, Janet. Thank you for being here. This was kind of a special one, and I had really, planned it out to be that way. Because I was looking at that for myself and how often just when things eclipse out and they're abrupt, it can be anything. And when we're prepared for these meditations, that's the pure magic in the whole thing, is when we can prep ourselves and do it consciously. Yeah. So did anybody notice anything during the meditation? Like what was releasing as you were doing it? Did you find your emotional body release as you were clearing out? Or it can be anything. Oh gosh, thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It was wonderful to do it live with you in the group. I will also do it again this weekend. Yes, thank you. And actually, if I can actually get my edits done, just so you all know, I will make it as a separate video, a standalone meditation. That's why I kind of ended it the way I did, so that you can actually just go back and listen again. I'm hoping to get that up, but I'm not an editor and I am not magical. So it may or may not get up. But thank you for being here. I'm really glad that you enjoyed the space, and Richard saying thank you. And it's just so much fun to do these and keep them short, right? Because I can do a meditation. There's a whole bunch more. Like if you know how to run energy, and I didn't really even bring that up. I should have brought that up, but if you know how to run energy, there's other tools and things like that. I teach tools. In fact, and actually, I'll do a little plug while we're talking about this. But I have one of the things that kind of took a hit was I used to do just about monthly workshops, meditation workshops, and so I have a free, or really, it's a pay what you can workshop that is coming up on the 17th. I would have done it on Earth Day, but it happens to be Passover, so I will be celebrating on Earth Day. But it's called Rooted in Resilience, a guided grounding meditation for Earth Day. And whatever you do decide to pay, the meditation's worth $38. But if you decide to pay whatever you pay, it's pay what you want, portion of all of those proceeds is going to go to our partner One Tree Planted, and we're going to plant some trees around the world. It's $1 for one tree, 10 trees. Oh, now I don't even remember, something like that. But it's $1, and they plant trees around the world. I love this particular company that does this. It's a beautiful non-for-profit. You can always go to their website at One Tree Planted. I think I have. Wait a minute. Do I have them in here? I used to have them in here. I must have taken them out. But anyway, wait. Let me look and see. I might have them in this space. Let's see. I'm trying. Let's see. Nope. I guess I took them out. But I will shut down that one. If you're looking for a reading, please absolutely reach out to me. I would welcome the opportunity of working with you at any given time. You can just go to spiritlightinsight.com and you can book a session there. Everything's online for you to participate. Also, if you're on YouTube, if you look at the description, all my information is there too. So you can just find me anywhere, send me messages wherever you are, because I will respond to any and all messages that are coming through. So thank you so much. I see a whole bunch of people actually just in a wave came on. We must have cleared a bunch of energy, because honest to God, a whole bunch of people just jumped on. I have a count here and I can see that new people joined. So welcome. You'll have to go back and listen to all this information. But if you do go back and listen and you don't even want the information, fast forward to the meditation, because it's a good one. It's a short one and it's a beautiful cleansing one. So wrapping up our wrap up, honestly, enjoy the new light and awareness you created today. Happy birthday, Maria, out in New York. I hope you didn't feel that earthquake there too much. It wasn't too bad, but enjoy the new light and awareness that you created today. Welcome in these new energies and experiences, whatever they are. I know we don't always like what's going on in the world and things like that, but some of what we're noticing is the new energies are coming in and the old energies are coming out. And sometimes the only thing we can see is the ick and the hard stuff that's coming out. But welcome in, or set your intent to welcome in these new energies and experiences. And always, always remember that you can be like that small little moon blocking out the sun, right? You have the power inside. You are never a victim to the energies. You are always in charge of your energy and your space. Yeah. So thank you all for being here. As I said, readings and healings are available. Go to my website if you're curious. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. The website. Join us online or by phone. It's not going to be on YouTube, but join us online or by phone for Rooted in Resilience, a guided grounding meditation to honor Earth Day. We're going to give back to the earth. We're going to plant some trees. We're going to get a beautiful grounding meditation in and honor our planet and honor ourselves as the human beings that we are. We're going to strengthen our resolve and refresh every bit about us. Beginners are welcome. You don't need to know a thing. Just so come on down and join us. And I will thank you in advance if you do join that meditation for your contribution. And we'll get, like I said, we'll get some trees planted. It's always amazing. So happy eclipse weekend. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. As we are, enjoy the eclipse on Monday. Be sure to wear your glasses, because it's not like this meditation. Listen to the meditation again, and always remember to keep your spirit light in sight, and remember to always shine your light. Bye-bye for now, and you're welcome, Maria.